Listen, I know what you're thinking. Juju, please, not another review of The Acolyte. But I'm here to tell you that I was right about this series. Not only are they delivering on some freaking awesome Jedi awesomeness, but they're also giving us what we've wanted this whole entire time. Lightsaber duels, dual wielding of lightsabers, action, suspense, murder. It only is getting better, and the mystery is just unwinding and rewinding itself and unwinding and rewinding itself and one unwinding and rewinding itself again. I'm telling y'all, and I've told y'all a million times, just give this show time to cook. This episode came out swinging with the action, and I am genuinely happy that the suspected Sith Lord is giving the Jedi the business, because holy crap, he made the Jedi look like a bunch of rent-a-cops that you hire for your local tailgate. And he was just moving through them people like Tomb Raiders. And honestly, if you don't click on episode 5, you will miss out on all that awesome action. None of the cringe dialogue. I could see how there was a little, people might find a cringe moment at the end of the episode, but this episode was just moving through the paces. It was moving like lightning speed, and all we really saw are unexpected deaths, and we saw some lightsaber action. That's about it. And all I want to say is that from the opening scene, when I saw the Jedi being cut down like a bunch of kitties, I was sold. I was like, this is a Star Wars project. This is giving me all of what I've wanted to see and what I've been invested in since I learned that the Acolyte was about the Jedi. But before I go further into my breakdown, make sure you comment, like, and smash that subscribe button, as that helps my small channel grow. And without further ado, let's get into my review right now. So listen. Like I mentioned in the intro, this episode comes out swinging with the action, and we don't have much dialogue. Thank God. We've had enough dialogue. Let's get into the action. The first 20 minutes of the show is this episode is very action heavy, and I think a lot of different Star Wars fans can appreciate the type of fight choreography and lightsaber swordsmanship that is going on this episode. I'm going to get into a few of my likes and a few of my dislikes. I didn't really have much because I felt like the show was hitting on all angles, but we have to talk about the character of Soul. Soul is one of the MCs, right? But we don't know much. We don't really know much about him. We don't know his origins, what exactly his role is in all of this. All we know is that he's Osha's master, and he's been tasked with finding out the mystery of May and maybe this Sith Jedi. But this episode has revealed just a bit that there may be darkness lying with a Soul, and may give us more insight into what he did all those years ago on May and Osha's home planet. But Soul is that guy. He is him. And from just his fighting ability alone, he is one of the most gangster Jedi. And I saw that dog in him. And I knew from that moment when he was about to wax the Sith guy, and he was about to lose all restraint, that my boy Soul, he was not playing. Now, this is a spoiler alert. This is a spoiler review anyway, spoiler breakdown. But when my girl Jackie bit the dust, I was sick, but Soul was sicker. And he turned on a different level of Jedi that I've never seen before. Only rivaled by that of an active Jedi, maybe Obi-Wan when he was trying to defeat Anakin. Outside of that level of gangster has yet to be seen again. And the way that this episode leads off, I just have to see where they're going with it. And if you're watching this, hopefully that you watch the episode. But if not, I'll just give you the breakdown of what happens. All the Jedi from episode 4, Yeah, waxed. Yord, our beloved Yord, waxed. Jackie, Soul's apprentice, waxed. All those Jedi that came, basically waxed. Everyone was waxed. The only ones that were left standing was Soul, May, and Osha. Osha ain't do nothing. May ain't do nothing. The only one who was about it was my dude Soul. And I'm just saying, I just had to talk about it. Lee Jung Jae did his thing with that fight choreography and stunt work, because that man was handling business, and he gave me remnants of Jackie Chan. And Lord knows that we love Jackie Chan over here. I know he got some allegations of doing stuff, but personally, I like me some Jackie Chan. If it's Jackie Chan, I'm flipping on the channel and I'm watching it. But anyway, to my honorable mentions, May and Osha, the twins. I personally don't think this episode progresses them forward, other than May knocking out Osha and taking her place with Soul. And so we don't really know where the twins stand. It's a bit more is revealed, at least from May's side, that May is convinced that Osha has been brainwashed. And we already got a hint that the events that were shown to us in episode 3 didn't quite unfold the way Osha saw them. And there was no way a fire could kill all of those powerful witches that were in that coven. And so hopefully next week we get more into their breakdown. Oh, and I want to talk about the monkey in the room, which is the Sith reveal. On the last episode, I told y'all who the Sith was. I was right in my speculation that it was old boy who was traveling with May. And to begin with, people had theories that it was the mother, and they were kind of giving rumblings of it, because May was talking about, oh, my mother had that power and she could stay in the mind. We still don't know how he acquired that ability, but all we know is that old boy that was traveling with May, he's a Sith. And I was right. I was like, yes, I'm right. I'm vindicated. I feel as though that I've been paying attention and locking in to what's been going on this show. I know only a few people are locked in and only a few people watching it to begin with. So it doesn't even matter at this point. But all I'm saying is I was right. And he's even a bit more unnerving and unsettling than he was in his previous form. His previous form, he's a little creepy. But now he's just like this weirdo. And he confirms that he is a Sith in this episode. And we don't know who trained him, how he came upon the Sith. He just wanted an acolyte. He wanted a Padawan. And he wanted one so bad that he was going to kill May to get it. He said, I can't have this one. I'm going to just kill her. And I'm going to kill everyone else. He killed Yord in the most ruthless way. He didn't lightsaber Yord like he did Jackie, and I feel like it was maybe a bit anti-black Star Wars, that the only black Jedi doesn't get a lightsaber death. He gets his neck snapped. How that work? Tell me how that works, Star Wars. Anyway, listen. This episode felt so short because the action was all encompassing. There isn't really much to talk about in terms of plot points. The only thing to take away from my breakdown and from the episode overall, all the Jedi pretty much suck. Soul is that guy. May has switched places with Osha. Osha's left with the Sith guy. And that's about it. And I know this has been a short breakdown, but I like to keep things short and sweet, because on these videos, a lot of people don't like to watch too much Star Wars content these days without having an overt opinion about it. But anyway, this has been another Juju Rights review. Without further ado, keep it locked.